Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the local bourse. As I mentioned, a day where investors digested central bank decisions, and here at home we did have the South African Reserve Bank cutting interest rates for the first time, I think, since November 2021, since they started their hiking cycle in November 2021. And now, of course, we have the start of the cutting cycle where they cut by 25 basis points. So we are seeing optimism there on that front across the board. The all share up by almost 1.5%. The Resources 10 complex carrying the bulk of those gains, advancing 1.82%, Financial 15 with a gain there of more than 0.5%, and the Industrial 25 climbing more than 1.5%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the U.S. markets, and more cheer coming through to those markets, as we did see actually the size of the Fed's cut actually coming in more than what some had anticipated. A 50 basis point hike cut that we got last night. So we are seeing the tech-heavy Nasdaq roaring then, leading in those gains by almost 3%. The S&P 500 surging almost 2%, and the Dow with a gain of more than 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic. And on that front, in terms of monetary policy decisions, we did have the Bank of England basically backing that trend and keeping their interest rates on hold today. But still a lot of cheer coming through there, particularly on the CAC 40 surging more than 2%, followed by the DAX climbing almost 1.5%, and a gain on the FTSE 100 of 0.75%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene, and we start off with how the Rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Of course, the Rand coming in quite strong today, below 17 Rand 50 against the US dollar, at 23 Rand 19 against the pound, and against the euro at 19 Rand 47. Let's take a look at what is happening with the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.11, pound dollar at 1.32, and the yen just below 143 against the US dollar.